got 25 minutes. We got to go.
Yeah. Ayo.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. We are here for another show.
Update.
And I know I'm normally excited, but like I'm really excited for today's show.
Today is definitely going to be a good one. One for the books.
All right. So if this is your first time to say that channel, we just want to say welcome. We're super excited to have you with us today. We are all about entrepreneurship and small business owners, solopreneurs. We are unapologetic about talking about the ugly come up. So you know how you hear these stories about people who start off with nothing and then have massive success, but it's like, what happens in the middle? What happens during that ugly come up? Well, we are here to talk about all of that. What are the pitfalls you need to circumvent? What's the mindset you need to have? What's the financial situation need to look like as you are pursuing your dreams and goals? And so we have a topic. We've got essentially 25 minutes to cover the topic. And what's amazing is we've been looking at other content creators, other thought leaders to hear advice about their answers for the topic. And we have guests who also answer the topic. And that is what I'm really excited about because we're bringing it back.
Absolutely. So guys, if this is your first time and you haven't done it already, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can be updated as to whenever we put out brand new content. But let's bring out our special guest for today. Janelle, if you could do the honors.
Yes, I'm super excited because we have a guest who was with us before in our very first season. He's a returning guest, and we're excited to have him on because he is, number one, an amazing human being. He is a fellow author like us. He's a husband. He's a father. He is like the entrepreneur's entrepreneur, and most recently has the title of Chief Visionary Officer. I'm talking about AC Williams.
Welcome to the show.
Hey.
There he is.
You guys know I get excited every time I come on because I get to see the trailer. And then I get afraid. You can tell me why. Because I think maybe I'll have on one of those shirts that's in like one of those videos or something.
Oh, no. And you're like, hey, that's the same shirt that was in the intro.
I got to remember, always go buy a new shirt before I get on the show, just in case. How you all doing?
What's going on, AC?
I am excited to be with you guys. Winston, brother, I miss you all, man. It's been a while. I know you guys have been doing some great things. And, from season 1 to now,
absolutely.
I'm back.
Yeah, say that.
So tell us, since the last time you were on the show until now, we know that a lot of things have been cooking, but update our audience. You are just like so many of our audience members who are in the trenches doing that work that we do as entrepreneurs. And so what's going on for you now? Where are you now?
Yeah, well, here's the deal. I got with some folks in terms of my network and folks that are really key in building businesses, put them together, and we created an organization, a network, a business referral networking organization, right? International. It rivals some of the largest that are out there today, and not afraid to say who they are because I think they do a great job, and we're in an industry such as BNI or Master Networks or NIA, but this is the Conglomerate Global Connectors that we put together. And it's exciting. We're growing. We have a lot of bells and whistles, and we just simply distinguish ourselves from the others because we provide resources and tools for our members along with the referral networking, right, to grow them and their businesses. And so we're very passionate about that, being as value added as possible and growing it. And happy to be here, happy to tell everybody about it, whether you are an entrepreneur, trying to sustain your business, you need a network. You need someone to talk to about what you're doing. We provide that for you. We get you with a network. We're growing all across the country. If you close your eyes, that's how much it costs to start a networking organization in your neck of the woods, right? And as a member, you get a host of resources that are changing and disrupting the industry. So welcome to the conglomerate, ahead of knowing each and every one of you.
Well, okay, I'm super interested in what you just said because I've been in another networking group. So shout out to BNI. BNI helped me in my business.
Absolutely.
So I have nothing bad to say about that organization. But I'm curious because you said that you provide tools, right,
Yeah,
with the
absolutely.
CGC network. So I put the website there so people can take a look if they're interested. Tell me, like, because I didn't really get any tools with
Yeah.
BNI. It was just the network. So I'm curious, what are the tools that you're
Yeah,
offering your
we
members?
provide Zoom enterprise level account for every member. We provide a Canva Pro account for every member. We provide one of the number one business digital business card providers, LFI Shuffle cards for all of our members. We also provide a 5-day, 4-night vacation stay every year for the members' family, two adults and 2 kids, a vacation stay. We have also provide what we like to call, it's called Tapestry, brand new in terms of being able, folks are being able to recoup some of their, let's call it income, if you would, from social media, right? It basically tracks you and pays you to do what you do today. So very intriguing. It's a lot there, but we provide those tools. And in particular, the first 3, all businesses, especially that are virtual or trying to grow national or international, they need those. You're always going to be on some sort of Zoom or what have you. And so we're able to provide that for them as long as they're in good standing. And Canva Pro, you can't beat that. So drop dead. That's what it is. Mic drop. And, you know, but we also, you know, that's kind of like the little bells and whistles. But the truth to the matter is that on a foundation level, we teach and show and support how to really get referrals and grow referrals, which will sustain your business.
Yeah.
And that's the beautiful part about it. The relationships that you grow and that you create, we're there to kind of take pictures of it for you.
This is awesome. I am really pumped up and excited about that. I've actually heard of Tapestry from you actually before all of this, and I was curious. Just so those out there know, I have Tapestry, don't really do much with it, but it's like running in the background of my phone.
Absolutely.
I've already racked up $30 in
you don't have to do anything with it. Just set it
months.
Yeah. And do what you normally do.
Do what I normally do. So
yeah,
really cool. Really cool. This is awesome. Well, congratulations on this. We're really excited for you because this sounds amazing. And this goes to your heart. You've always had a heart to serve and help others. And this is like a wonderful way to serve and help those who are in this space that we're in, this entrepreneurship.
Building a business, network.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just being value added. I mean, as I was in that industry working and growing businesses in the past as members of an organization, it would just kind of dumbfound me sometimes how a lot of us, and I consider, you know, but a lot of folks in the chapters did not have the wherewithal to have like, let's call it Microsoft training, if you would, or Quicken, or all those tools, whether it's, you know, simply being able to learn how to code or whatever, if that's what you feel. Well, we provide those. And I felt like they needed to be provided. We do that in a learning environment with modules and things like that. And it just makes sense. But we also go further in terms of personal development and in terms of mentors, and we call them influencers that are partnering with us as well, because, you know, your business will only grow as far as your personal development. And exactly. Absolutely. And so we've learned that, and we kind of preach that. And so hopefully, prayerfully, as we kind of be more value added, as I said, we will help a lot of people and grow across not only the country, but internationally as well.
Internationally, of course.
No, very cool. No, I think, and it's great because what AC does essentially leads to what we have for the question for today. So let's throw the question out there and kind of hear what you have to say on the topic, AC.
How much do you need to earn to be financially free?
That's a tough one. You have some music behind it. So, you know, honestly, I don't, it may sound cliche. There's not a dead set number. Right. I think that what it is it's a result. For me, financial freedom in terms of working a business is when I am absolutely insignificant to my business and the income, right? To where what I do on a daily basis would not matter. That's completely financial free for me, right? I think in terms of the business. In terms of life, I think it never ends because of the things you want to do, whether it's value adding back, being philanthropic donating and things like that, charitable work. We also have a 501c3 with our organization. And so it's an ongoing deal. And the last piece, in terms of answering that, legacy. I want to leave a legacy for my kids, for my family. I don't want them to necessarily have to do every single thing I had to do to get here, whether it's school and degrees and things like that. I want to be able to pass something off and grow them even further. And so it continues, if you would. So I think it's ongoing in that way. There's not a number. That's the answer, and that's what I'm sticking with.
I love that. I love that.
Okay.
I love that you also, like you said, broke it down into categories. I love that the first thing is just like, what is financial freedom, right? Like defining that, because that's going to have an impact on what the answer is. I'm going to say in New York, where Winston and I are based out of, I also agree that it's something where you don't have to be present in order for the income to come in. I would also say that that dollar amount for New Yorkers would have to be, at the very least, if you're bringing $500,000 annually passively, I believe that feels very different. And will probably feel like financial freedom. Now, what is your definition of financial freedom? Depends. If it's like flying on airplanes, first class, going on vacations once a month, like having a chef, like all of those things, like if that's what you want and not you want it to be covered, now that number may change. But I feel like at the very least, you can have a home that you're comfortable in. You can take care of any schooling for your children. And you can pay all your bills in New York if you were bringing that amount in passively. That's my answer to the question.
I love it. And I'm going to give mine quick, guys. One of our mentors at one point, David Peach, said this one day. He said, as long as you're making $1 more than whatever lifestyle you want to live. So that essentially kind of addresses how Janelle looks at it. If you want to travel first class, then just know what it costs to do that and pay for it. As long as you're making more than $1 of whatever lifestyle you want to have at the end of every single month, then you're financially free. It means you don't owe anybody, and you have zero debt. And that's the caveat for many of us.
Yeah.
And you have zero debt.
Yeah. That works.
Obviously, we have. I think you guys can throw your answers in the chat for us. Let us know if it's a number, if it's like we all kind of describe more of like a mindset or a lifestyle. Now let's jump into what the guys from Earn Your Leisure had to say on this question, and then we'll get back with you guys at the end.
I got two questions for you. So, what number should everyone be striving to be at on an annual or decade basis? Because if Jaylen Brown got 340, 304. 304. What would Jason Tatum get next year when he renegotiates then? 350?
That's what I'm saying. This is a unique moment, and we'll talk about Mbappe, who got turned down $776 million. But I personally feel like it depends on it depends on where you live. But if you live in a city, I don't know. I just feel like if you live in a city like New York or surrounding areas, I just feel like it's extremely difficult to live if you're making anything over less than $100,000 just to live.
Mm-hmm.
It's just to live.
Yeah,
it's going to be extremely difficult.
Yeah, that's great. I broke that number down with my son the other day, just because I wanted to give him context of like what $100,000 is after taxes, especially in New York, after rent, right? And we just base it off of paying 30%. Right, most people say like you want to pay around 30% of your monthly income should go to your living, which would bring it down to $3,000. After we did all that, his car, his groceries, his phone bill, he realized he had $500 to spend for the month, and that was just him as a single person. Like that's not him with. I was like, well, you gonna have a wife or a girlfriend? He was like, we're gonna have to figure that out. We're gonna have to eat cheese sandwiches. I'm like, well, all right, let's see how long that stays around. But like.
How that stays around? Not long.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like 100,000. I think it has to be more. I think that's like the bare minimum, especially in a state like New York.
What number gives you comfort or freedom? Because Because that 28 million number that I said to be rich, it does not sound so crazy now.
No, well, I think that I think $10 million, that's been my number as far as to have and to live comfortably on like an annual basis.
Yeah.
I think that you got to be pulling in $500,000.
Oh, that's my number.
Minimum, right?
Yeah.
My we gonna have honest talk and just talk like it's just us.
Yeah, my financial advisor told me this at when I was 26 years old. You might know him. He's sitting next to me. He's like, look, the number 10 million. I was like, what you mean it's 10 million? He's like, it's 10 million. If you have $10 million, if you invest that in a fund and get 3% annually, that's $300,000 a year. Can you live off the interest of that? And I looked at myself, I was like, yeah. And so in my mind, I was like, 10 million. It's crazy that you just said that. We ain't prompt that, but he told me that 20 years ago.
10 million has always been my number. 10 million has always been my number. But I don't want to discourage people because I don't want to seem like, I know obviously most people don't have $10 million. Most people aren't making $500,000 a year. So I'm not trying to discourage you by saying these numbers. But I mean, you asked me a question. So I just
have to give the honest answer.
Just got to answer it. And this is why marriage is important, right? Because it's like, okay, you might make 200, your spouse might make 3. Now that's 500. Right. Where it's easier for two people to make 500,000 than it is for one person to make 500,000. But yeah, I mean, I just got to be honest with you because I just don't see now. Obviously, if you're living in Wyoming or different things of that nature, then it's a lot different. But I just don't see it happening. And I know people that make 250 that are living paycheck to paycheck, and it's like it's different living in Washington D.C. and something like that where it's extremely high cost of living.
San Francisco, same thing.
LA.
It's
crazy.
Arizona,
Chi-town,
and the sad thing about it is it's only getting worse. We see inflation is going up, like it's only getting worse. So this is why when you watch Market Mondays,
inflation going down, interest rates going up.
Over the course of time, inflation is always going to go up.
Yeah.
It's always going to go up.
Yeah.
So it might go down short term, but over the course of time, 10 years from now, inflation is $1 today is not going to be worth $1 10 years from now.
You're right.
So it's like, when you watch Market Mondays, part of this is you have to figure out how to earn money, business and all of that. This is what we provide during Earn Your Leisure time. But Market Mondays, another part of it is this is why it's important to invest money.
You have to.
Because you have to have your money working for you, and your money, and that's another stream really of revenue that is growing through income that can be provided through investments, stock market, real estate, crypto, different things of that nature. So it's important to learn these things because if you're not educated properly and you don't know how to invest and you don't have a business, I don't know how you ever reach any level of financial freedom. And that's not a good place. That's not a good place to be in.
Yeah.
I mean, while I'm tearing through the pages, hold on, let me cover this up real quick. For those who need a recommendation, Barron's is a good resource. Wall Street Journal, Money Master the Game, I've talked about before. Go through this information every day as you're seeing, and this is what I was saying last week about Disney. If one of the greatest media companies in the history of America is having some trouble, you don't think the individuals are having trouble? That's what I'm posing to the audience. I know the perception on Instagram is everybody's balling, everybody's okay, no one has any financial concerns. Trust me, if Bob Iger publicly is going on TV and say, hey, may have to sell off ESPN, they're not doing so because they haven't looked at every resource possible and how to get ESPN to be profitable. So if they're having trouble, the average person is having troubles in their home. Even when I had a conversation with my mom and dad too, they were having a conversation with me about the Kathy thing too. And I was like, yo, you got to make the pivot to be prominent in a hedge fund space because who knows when that door is going to close. I can't take for granted that opportunity will be there or any other opportunity is going to be there. The time is now. So even when we do these shows and there's a certain level of determination that you see, I don't take any of this for granted. The show, the loyalty for Red Panda. I always say it. If Cardi and Jason Momoa get together, I don't know what I'm gonna do. That's my doomsday scenario. Cardi figures out how to trade futures, it's over with. She does a show. You have to prepare. What I'm trying to stress to everyone tonight is prices of everything is going to go up. And even if you own a house, yes, you may get a great interest rate, but you still got to pay property taxes, and those can go up depending on where you live. And the richer you get to, there's going to be more ways for people to find a way to get money out of your pocket. And then on the other side, the people that you take care of may not be loyal to you after you take care of them. Look what Diddy did for Ciroc. I'm gonna be real. I ain't know nothing about Diageo before Diddy got there, and they screwed him out of a deal.
We will talk about that at Investors.
I'm about to get it. No, man, great conversation. Absolutely great conversation.
Yeah. Lifestyle. You mentioned lifestyle, and Janelle mentioned it before. I had a mentor of mine when I was working in corporate America that actually said, and you hear it all the time, never let your lifestyle get up to your income level, if you would. You want to stay below that. You don't want to be locked in. We would be driving somewhere and it's really nice homes and things like that. He's like, he used to call me Williams. There's a lot of folks over there make a lot of money. They're rich, but they're unhappy. And they never will be financially free because they're living, their lifestyle is up to their income, if you would. And they would put that money away to have $10 million that he suggested or what have you, right? And so that's really key, the lifestyle,
No, it's funny. It's funny. He said it. He goes, he knows people who are making 250,000 and, comment in the, below if you guys make that or if you know people who earn $250,000 a year. And he said, but they're living paycheck to paycheck. So guys, a lot of this touches on things we've talked about here in the past. You can start earning a significant more money, but if you don't budget, and we've discussed that before, then you're going to still feel like you're broke. You know what I mean? And there is a difference between, having, again, income coming in and you're able to sustain your lifestyle and what we discussed, which is the financial freedom stuff. When they say 10 million and you're having all the money you're spending is just coming from the interest of money you have sitting down somewhere, that's different money.
It's the passive money I was saying. I'm not saying just any income. I'm saying if you have passive income coming in and it's $500,000 a year, at least in New York again.
No.
Yeah, it can't be money
that is outside of New York. Yeah.
Welcome to Texas.
Say that. But to the other point you made, prices are going up, right? Because I'm sure even in Texas, things have
absolutely.
I bought a box of cereal today that used to be $5. I want to say maybe a year and a half ago. The cereal is now $7.47.
That's a very exact number, Winston. I just want to say that.
Yeah, I literally bought it before the show. Just so you know, I have the receipt for proof if anybody questions.
And he kept the receipt.
I have the receipt.
But it's a real thing.
Thank you so much.
I think I love what they said. I agree with everything that they said, and I love that they actually, to your point, Winston, put the idea of raise $10 million and put it in investments. That way you can live off the interest. I know a lot of people who teach that exact same mentality because that's the way that they're thinking. How can I make passive income? So I'm going to stress that whatever you do, make sure the ultimate goal is that the income becomes passive.
Yeah,
I love that. All right, so AC, where could people get with you and connect with the conglomerate?
Yeah. You can connect with the conglomerate at cgcnetworking.com. That's our website. Our Instagram, CGC Networking HQ. On Facebook, the Conglomerate Global Connectors. And you can hit us up there. We kind of sit down and we work with folks. And as I said, we're growing. We don't call them chapters, we call them portals. And so we got portals standing up across the country, as well as looking really closely at Australia and Canada now. And so it's really cool to be in a local virtual network. It's really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So,
and hey, look, if you're out there and you're already a member of CGC, I just want to put this out there. You guys are the type of people that we would love to hear from. We'd love to hear your stories. We'd love to hear your struggles. And so don't be surprised if AC points.
I was just about to say, I'll send him your way.
I think this would be a great person for you to have on the show to interview. We are open to that. We want to hear your stories because your story is going to be valuable to so many others.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we all learned, being able to tell your story gives license for others to change theirs, if you would, right? And so I love it. I love being on here with you guys, man. We got to do this. What's the date? We got to write this down so we don't, is it 2 times a year or once a year?
Don't let it go too long. No, seriously. But guys, thank you for having, show some love for AC in the chat. AC, thank you again for being here. Until we see you guys, as always, remember, you deserve the good life.
Say that.
Say that.
Peace.